know. I think I felt for her a little bit because I feel like she's young and I don't think she means to come across like that. But where I'm from, when something like this happens, like they say the elder will come and say, on behalf of such and such, we apologize. You know, that's what I feel like. If that wasn't communicated, I would like to say, you know, like on behalf of that her or whatever, like we apologize, like you know, we didn't mean it, forgive us.
I don't see anything wrong with what she said. I think she was standing up for her. Like she said, she's young. Tyler is young, and she probably didn't honestly, not saying didn't know how to answer the question, but it's different. American culture is very different from where they're from. She's from Johannesburg, South Africa, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know.
But Tiwa's from Nigeria, so a lot of people's upset, and we're gonna get to Tyler because Tyler, even though she hasn't said I'm upset, she was on the global citizen stage and she took a shot back at the apology. But people's upset is, who are you to apologize? And if that is her experience, and she's not denying being black, she's just speaking from where she's from and how she's labeled.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Verse or Belly Dirt channel. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies, I'm gonna be your today's host, and I have so many statistics to put up here, and we're gonna come out to talk about it. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
Guys, balance me a little bit. What stopped Tiwa Savage from saying, I cannot comment on the race politics of a country I'm not from? Instead of her opening her mouth and apologizing for Tyler about something that didn't need apologizing for. Also, the Breakfast Club, why are they so obsessed with our girl? That's getting scary.
Black Americans, you need to pick Tiwa Savage. Auntie Tiwa is begging for your love and attention and affection, and she is asking you. Matter of fact, she is on her knees wanting you to accept her into your community, because that is the only explanation I have for her thinking that she can speak on behalf of Tyler and apologize on her behalf.
On behalf of that her or whatever, like we apologize, like you know, we didn't mean it, forgive us.
Auntie Tiwa, the only time you can speak on behalf of someone is if they give you permission. And I do not think that Tyler hit you up and said, Auntie Tiwa, please, can you apologize to the Black American community when you're in the Breakfast Club? I don't think Tyler did that. Matter of fact, I think that you did this on your own accord, right? And you brought out African culture to say in African culture, the elders can speak up for the youth. Yeah, but they require jurisdiction and authority. That is required, right? Not every elder can speak on my behalf. Not every elder can speak on any youth's behalf. It requires jurisdiction and authority, things which you do not have. But please prove me wrong and show me a conversation between you and Tyler.
The whole Tyler and Tiwa Savage situation is very unfortunate because I am sure Tiwa Savage did not intentionally go all the way to the Breakfast Club studios to talk about another artist. The Breakfast Club certainly had to be held accountable here because they knew what they were doing. People are talking about, oh, Tyler does not respect her elders. She didn't respect Tiwa in her response. The real people that didn't respect Tiwa was the Breakfast Club, because she has come on your platform to talk about her new album, This One Is Personal. Tyler is not a featuring artist on the album. She has no credits on that album. Why is she being mentioned? And as someone that has had my own platform, let me tell you something. These people know what is going to bring the clicks. You think they didn't prepare for this? Now, where Tiwa lost me was in the response. She is too many years in the game for us now be talking about media training. There are many ways in which you can politely decline to talk about something. I'm here to talk about my album, This Is Personal. This has nothing to do with me. I feel like Tyler's addressed this already. I don't know what I can add to this conversation. I don't have the range or knowledge to really speak on this topic. That clip was a hard watch because referring to Tyler as young, I really hate this, by the way. You would think that we were here talking about Tyler being a bitch, somebody. She made 2 statements that you apologize on her behalf. Who sent you? Tiwa has had enough controversy to know that, listen, this is how the game works. And I think even from that perspective, there could have been stuff like, no, what? I just feel like people are being so harsh on her. She could have even said, I've had my own controversial moments in the industry. I see how the media can turn things upside down. They can take what you said and spin it. they're like, because the question now is, what are you apologizing for? Are you apologizing to make them happy, or because you actually think you've done something wrong? Because in my humblest of opinion, in all of this chaos, do you know this has been going on for 2+ years? This whole conversation about her identity, something that she has made categorically clear, has gone on for over 2 years. Are we not tired? Are we not bored? Move on. As you guys have been having the same conversations, the girl has been winning. Quite literally. She has already made it clear where she is from in South Africa. Let's make it clear, South Africa is a country in Africa. I don't know if people believe that Africa is a country, that everyone's the same, because that is actually false. Even in Nigeria, where Tiwa is from, there are countless ethnic groups. There are countless languages spoken. Do you think all of us speak the same language? Even me that is Ghanaian, there are many languages, so many cultural differences. There are so many cultural differences even in Nigeria itself. But you think she would understand what she has gone in her country? Back to my point, the girl has said in her country she is classified as coloured. She has also said she understands the weightiness of that same word in the US. She has acknowledged, we are calling her young, but she has better understanding and she's understanding the nuance more than you that are older than her, most likely. I'm tired. There's this conversation. Even me after this video, that is it. Because this is boring. It is boring. It is lame. The Breakfast Club, lame. Tiwa, not happy whatever she did, but I love her. And I think one more point. There are people that are very intimidated by Tyler's presence in the industry. Me, I'm learning from the situation and I'm not applying to Tiwa. And it's so reminiscent of a rap fan base where there's a new person in town. Let's make it clear, Tyler has never said she wants to be seen as an Afrobeats artist. Tyler has made it clear numerous times. She is inspired by multiple genres. Pop, R&B, Amapiano, Afrobeats. She's not claiming no title of Queen of Afrobeats or the heir of Afrobeats. One thing that people are upset with is the fact that Tyler is winning Afrobeat categories. Baby, that is an industry issue. We have conversations about The Weeknd and Doja Cat winning R&B categories while they're making pop or rap. That is on the industry. Those issues were there before Tyler even stepped into the game. Afrobeats is still growing in the US. It is the job of Afrobeat artists to step up to the plate, be consistent, give us those bangers.
Love Tiwa Savage down, but I also love Tyler, and I love the way she said, "Sorry, I'm not sorry, eh?" Because in all honesty, why flip that question to Tiwa Savage in the first place? They were like, she seems outspoken. And Tiwa saying, in Africa, we say on behalf of the elders, we apologize for the children. We don't need no elders apologizing for things that we're clearly not sorry for. Tiwa, that's a legend right there. She was the first Afro-pop girly before Afro-pop girlies were a thing, believe it or not. But this was not your stage. This was not your place to talk. And similar to what Tyler said, and I'm glad she came out, said it, in the way that she did, made it known. We do not need to be appeasing the Breakfast Club, okay? Of all the people in the world. For a little bit of context, this is what happened and what went down at the Breakfast Club.
Where I'm from, when something like this happens, they say the elder will come and say, on behalf of such and such, we apologize. That's what I feel like. If that wasn't communicated.
Even if Tiwa's intention wasn't bad, she should have just been like, no comment. No comment. And before you xenophobic warriors come in my comment section trying to start this about Nigeria versus South Africa, I'm gonna block you.
Just a few weeks ago, Dr. Umar was in South Africa, and he actually gave a speech talking about the colored community and how they choose to identify. He did not address Tyler's situation specifically, but I think many of the points he was saying applies to her. Listen.
Once we get organized, once we start building our own factories across South Africa, once we start building our own distribution centers across South Africa, once we start opening our own supermarkets across South Africa, once we start opening our own independent schools across South Africa, those coloreds will start being black Africans again. The reason they're colored is they don't have a reason to want to be black. The minute you start showing pride, the minute it look like black South Africa's on the move, a whole bunch of people who said they wasn't black are going to start claiming it again.
What do you guys think about this? He was saying that there needs to be unity between black South Africans and colored South Africans. But one of the main issues is the colored South Africans, they need something to be proud of so that they can embrace being black. Do you guys think that Tyler's situation is an example of this? Because even though she's a famous artist, she still has this mentality of holding on to her colored identity rather than embracing being black. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Comment below.
We've probably spoken about this ad nauseum, but what Tiwa Savage did actually really annoys me. First of all, it was not her place. Secondly, we did not ask her. And thirdly, the person in it, Tyler, could not be bothered. And now she stepped in as an elder. Elder for who? For where? Oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed. And the more videos I see, the more enraged I become. Moral of the story, if it's not your jacket, don't wear it. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't know that saying colored people was considered as that. Oh my goodness. Someone should have told me that. Wait, but someone said that saying colored people is wrong.
What do we have here now? Ooh, come with me. Hail Mary nigga, one quick seat. What do we have here now? Do you wanna ride or die? La 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 la. What y'all about to do now? Y'all dragged Tyler to hell for saying that she was colored. This one is calling people colored. What y'all about to do now? I wanna know how much hell y'all about to bring on this girl right here. We about to find out if y'all really hate Tyler because she said she was colored, or if y'all really just hate her because she is African. We about to find out. If y'all don't bring hell on this girl right here, it's gonna tell us everything we need to know. I'm not a race expert, but from what I can see, it looks like she's mixed. And y'all already know the rule, okay? It's the one drop rule. She's black, and she's calling people colored. Woo, God is good. Just to make it clear, this is what Tyler said.
My race is called, and it's a very stressful term to use in America because I know it's a derogatory term, but I mean that's what we are called.
Tyler never called anybody colored. This girl right here, she's calling people colored. I wanna know how the race warriors are about to deal with this. I wanna see. Ooh, God is good. God is good.
I just want to say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Except Auntie Tiwa Savage, because who sent you? I just want to know. I just need to know who sent you. Like, who asked you? Like, did they, like, the South Africans, are you in a WhatsApp group? Who asked you? I just don't get it. Like, she's doing that auntie thing that they do. They always like to pop nose and just put their mouth in. You know when the aunties ask you, oh, when are you gonna give birth? When are you gonna find a husband? When to go and apologize for South Africa? That is such a. Does she have PR? Does she have media training? Like, who's behind her statements? She's just giving like Suyan vibes when she goes on these podcasts. It's very stout conversations. Who asked you? You're there for your own career. You went to go and talk about someone else's career and their identity. Why? Because you already sang for the king in the UK when they invited you to come and sing for Prince Philip. That was on life support. So now you think you have audacity, authority. I beg, go back to the drawing board. You have music to make. You're talking too much. Do you know what I'm saying? It's when you have nothing that's going on that you start to do side quests that nobody asked for. Nobody sent you. Now Nigerians are getting stray bullets and grenades because of you. Don't forget, we still know about your sex tape. You need to go to the back and stay quiet. Music only. Because who asked you? I like your pixie cut though. It's very cute, it's very sexy. But who asked you? Like, the girl said she's colored. She's colored. She's colored. It's giving illiteracy. I'm so sorry. Why would you apologize for somebody's, like, identity? That's insane. Especially if they didn't ask you. Like, the whole of South Africa says they're colored. Then they're colored. What is the beef? I don't understand. It's giving the rest of the world is illiterate. Like, who put you on a pedestal to be able to do that? Just abide by it and mind your business. Like, why would you go and change what doesn't need to be fixed? Especially if the person that the parts are broken on says, I don't want to be fixed. What's your own? I just feel like it's giving illiteracy. I just feel like it's giving illiteracy from the rest of the world. towards South Africa. Y'all didn't know this was going in there, and now y'all have discovered it, and now y'all want to change it. I don't know. It's the bragado for me. It's the. Do you know what I'm saying? Calm down. Humble yourself. You literally don't know what's going on in someone's house. They invited you. You found out, and you now want to fix the furniture and fix the tables. Are you alright? If you don't like the furniture, leave. If you don't like the design of the table, leave. It's not yours to fix. You regard them how they would like to be regarded, or get out, exit. It's as simple as that. Anyways, thanks for joining my TED Talk.
The Tyla love was forced with her appropriating black culture when she's more Indian than anything else. Wow. It's almost like we said this and we got harangued for this. Oh, there is trouble in online South Africa paradise right now. And yes, Tyla ties into this. Get your cups, y'all. Here's what I know. I think, and I could be wrong, I think Black South Africans said some messy shit about colored South Africans on the podcast. I think that's what started it. And then colored people in response have basically been going off on Black South Africans, but in the way that, you know, we would expect colored people to do.
They're jealous of us because we have green eyes and we don't have to wear fake lashes and extensions on our hair. That's why they're jealous. Because we're not a tacky, we're not like them with the cruzara.
Now, do that sound familiar, Americans? Have we heard this somewhere before? It's giving typical mixed people behavior. I should say bad behavior because, you know, I'm not going to lump everybody together. I don't want no smoke today. So basically, coloreds clap back in a way that revealed their quote-unquote true feelings. And of course, Black South Africans are feeling some type of way. And by the way, this girl isn't colored. She's just showing how colored people have been talking. But on that post, I saw this comment: so we black people can stop pretending like we like Tyla. Y'all hear that? Black Americans, y'all hear that? They was pretending to like Tyla, harassing us like that behind pretending. Someone replies, nah, I like Tyla. Y'all stay safe though. And this person replies, girl, she doesn't like you. But okay. But when Black Americans were talking about how colored people be and the history of colored people and the anti-blackness of colored people and how Tyla played into all of that, when we said that, we had y'all South Africans, colored and non-colored, a lot of Black South Africans in our comments calling us all kinds of crazy cotton picker, slave, all kinds of crazy ass things, wildly inappropriate statements. But a few comments down in that thread, Zion writes, but she bites off our music. Without the Black community, she would be nothing. Wait, are you saying she's an appropriator? Wait, you mean the way Black Americans said when she came here? The Tyla love was forced with her appropriating Black culture when she's more Indian than anything else. Wow. It's almost like we said this and we got harangued for this for months, honestly years. I'm still getting comments to this day on my old ass 2-year-old Tyla posts. We should blue ticked the entire Tyla situation. We like playing hero for people who wouldn't even jump over puddles for us. Wowza. I literally talked about this. And the way I got dragged, and like I said, I'm still getting dragged, I'm still getting harassed. Although I will say it's been pretty quiet recently. I don't know why y'all Black South Africans would turn on other Black people to defend some motherfucking mixed people treating you bad. What the hell-y? What the heliante? Black Americans clocked it, but South Africans fought us on it and disrespected our ancestors who suffered atrocities in the U.S. Hope Black South Africans got a wake-up call, and as you can see, I like that one. Black Americans sniffed this out a mile away, but when we clocked it, we were just haters. We were just uneducated Americans, because our schools are more bullets than books, which, by the way, is something that someone actually said in response to one of my Tyler videos. A prominent South African TikToker. That's how she responded. More bullets than books in our schools. When we said all this stuff, we just thought the world just revolved around us and we just couldn't get over ourselves. And now look.
Alright, let's talk about what actually happened. Not just the clips, not just the outrage, but the psychology behind why everyone is reacting so differently to Tiwa Savage apology on The Breakfast Club. Tiwa Savage, one of the biggest female artists to come out of Africa, sat on one of the biggest black American platforms in the world, a show that has shaped cultural narrative for over a decade. She was asked about Tyler, the South African artist who called herself colored in a previous interview, a statement that caused a storm online. Now, Tyler's use of the word colored is important because in South Africa, colored is a government classification from the apartheid era. It describes a mixed race community, not necessarily derogatory within South Africa's context, but deeply offensive in the US because it historically used to dehumanize black people. So when Tyler said my race is called colored, she wasn't trying to insult anyone, she was simply speaking from her national context. But the internet, especially black Americans online, didn't see it that way. To them, the word colored felt like a slur, a wound reopened. And that is where Tiwa Savage enters. On The Breakfast Club, when she asked about Tyler's comments, Tiwa said something that sent shockwaves through both sides of the Atlantic. She said, in Africa, when a younger person makes a mistake, the elder steps forward to apologize on their behalf. Then she added, on behalf of Tyler, we apologize. And with that one sentence, the internet divided. To Africans, especially Nigerians, Tiwa's statement sounded cultural, even graceful. In many African societies, there is a deep sense of collective responsibilities when someone younger causes offenses. It's not unusual for an elder to intervene, not because the elder is guilty, but because maintaining social harmony matters more than individual ego. But to black Americans, her words came off as patronizing, even desperate. Elder for who? They asked, justification from where? The tune online became sharp. Some felt Stewart was playing into a old narrative, the African artist eager to be accepted by Western audience, by offering apology and humility even when it's not needed. The reaction was intense. People called her a begging auntie, accused her of chasing validation, and mocked her for trying to represent an artist who didn't ask for her help. Others went deeper, saying her apology reinforced the idea that Africans still feel inferior in global black spaces, that instead of standing firm, they shrink when facing American cultural power. But if you step back, the tension runs deeper than just Tiwa's words. This was never really about the apology. It was about who gets to defy blackness. Because when Tyler said she was colored, she wasn't talking about Americans' racial system. She was talking about South Africans, but the global dominance of American media means that America's definition of race has become universal. So when someone outside that framework speaks, they are often misunderstood. It's not that black Americans are wrong. Their history with their term colored is heavy, painful, and rooted in survival. But it also shows how globalization has flattened identity. The American racial experience has become the default lens through which everyone else is judged. Tiwa's apology, therefore, became symbolic, a clash between African communalism and American individualism. In Africa, to apologize for someone younger is a gesture of unity. In America, it's an act of overstepping. One sees it as care, the other sees it as condescension. And this is the heart of the cultural misunderstanding between Africa and the diaspora same skin, different history. When Tiwa said, on behalf of Tyler, we apologize, She believed she was being respectful, but she didn't anticipate the power imbalance in that room. On the Breakfast Club, she wasn't among elders and the juniors. She was in front of a Western audience that already sees African artists as guests, and guests don't get to represent others. That is why the reaction was so strong. It wasn't about Tiwas personally, it was about what she represented in the moment. The African voice trying to meditate in a space that doesn't fully understand African context but still demands accountability based on American rules. Then there is Tyler's response, substitute but clear, on the global citizen stage. She took a shot back saying, "Sorry, I'm not sorry." That line wasn't accidental. It was a signal, a way of saying, "I don't need anyone to speak for me." And that added another layer. Africans began asking, so was Tiwa wrong? While others defended her, saying she was just being cultural consistent. But that is where we need to pause and ask the bigger question. Why do these misunderstandings keep happening between Africans and Black Americans? Because every few moments there is a new flashpoint. Burna Boy, Thames, Travenua, or even Maga Makan. Each time it becomes a war of language, identity, and belonging, and each time both sides walk away more defensive. Africans accuse Black Americans of being cultural arrogant, of thinking the world revolves around their experience. Black Americans accuse Africans of being dismissive, tone deaf, and lacking empathy for their struggle. Both are right in some ways, both are wrong in others. What Tiwa did was a clear example of how African collectivism collides with Western individualism. She acted in the spirit of unity, but in a world where individuality is scarce, her gesture looked like intrusion. Let's also be honest. Part of the backlash isn't just about culture, it's about heritage. When Africans speak on global black issues, there is often resistance. There is a sense, unspoken but real, that African voices should stay in their lane, that diaspora discourse belongs to the West. That is why Tiwa's apology hit a nerve. It wasn't just about Tyler, it was about power, who gets to define offense, who gets to forgive, and who gets to speak for whom. Yet, what is strategic is that both women, Tiwa and Tyler, never meant harm. One was trying to protect, the other was simplifying being herself. But because of how heavily politicized black identity has become, every statement becomes a referendum on race, history, and legitimacy. If you look at Tiwa's tone, she wasn't groveling, she wasn't desperate, she was being motherly in a way, but context matters. That tune works in Lagos, it doesn't translate in New York, and that is something many Africans still underestimate. The way tune, phrasing, and even cultural gesture mutate across borders. In Nigeria, Tiwa's words would be seen as noble. In America, they sound submissive, same sentence, different cultural frequency. This is why global black unity has been so hard to achieve, because we all carry different wounds and sometimes we try to heal each other without understanding where the scars came from. To black Americans, the word colored symbolizes exclusion. To South Africans, it's just a social identity category, not ideal, but normalized. To Nigerians like Tiwa, apologize is a bridge, not a confession. But online, content collapses. Everything is flattened into one global conversation with no translators, and the internet, instead of clarifying, amplifies the voices, the noise. That is why this story became viral, because it wasn't just Tiwa versus Tyler, it was African versus diaspora, tradition versus modernity, eldership versus autonomy. The anger from black Americans, she doesn't have the right to speak for anyone, comes from a long history of being spoken about instead of to. For centuries, others have claimed to represent them, explain them, or apologize for them. So now, any hint of that is instantly rejected. But from Tiwa's side, it's not about representation, it's about respect. In her eyes, she was doing what a true leader should do: step forward when a storm brews and take the wind. It's two people, same skin, talking in different cultural language. This moment also exposes how disconnected we are still are as a global black community. Despite social media, Afrobeat, and cultural exchange, we still don't fully understand one another. Africans still underestimate the trauma, embedded in American racial politics. Black Americans still misread African collectivism as ignorance, and so even good intentions get weaponized. Tiwa's "we apologize" became "she's begging." Tyler's "colored" became "she's anti-black," and the internet, hungry for outrage, turned both into villains. If there is one thing this saga shows, is that we still need translators, cultural meditators, who understand both words and can explain context before judgment. Because without that, every exchange turns into a war. At the core, Tiwa Savage's mistake wasn't moral, it was contextual. She wasn't strong by African standard, but she failed to read the room of diaspora politics. And that room, especially on the Breakfast Club, is charged. Is a place where every wound becomes symbolic. Still, we must ask, why are we so quick to tear down someone who tries to build a bridge, even clumsily? Why is it easier to cancel them to clarify? Maybe because both sides still carry pride and pain. Africans are tired of being misunderstood. Black Americans are tired of being disrespected. Both sides want validation, but from each other, and that is why the Tiwa Savage apology exploded. Because it wasn't really about Tyler, it was about us, about the unfinished conversation of who we are to each other. At the end of the day, Tiwa Savage apologized out of habit, not out of guilt. Tyler responded out of self-respect, not out of anger, and the audience reacted out of pain, not out of understanding. This is what happens when heritage meets history without translation.
And if you watch up to this extent, don't forget to please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So lovelies, why not just share your thought? Subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.